it is a clear reflection that his time in the wilderness had made him all the more passionate about the nature of God. You see, his response is such that he does not consider the enemy's request, preferring to recognize that God is inherently God. Even more, God's actions are not dictated by our actions. He alone is God, and his nature is such that it does not change, and he cannot be forced to do what he chooses not to do. To this end, if we find ourselves in the wilderness of life, then we must remember that our desperation from being in this place does not mean that God's ability to move us from this place will be accomplished any sooner than he determines it will. In other words, the purpose of being in the wilderness is to develop within us a comfort level in God so that we can endure the uncomfortable place. God would have us come to realize that the way out of the wilderness is through passionate pursuit of his ways and not our own. James chapter 1 verse 12 said, "Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because having stood the test, the person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love him." Romans 5:3-5 says, "But we also glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance, and perseverance, character, and character, hope. And hope does not put us to shame, because God's love has been poured into our hearts through the Holy Spirit who has been given to us." Galatians chapter 6 and verse 9 says, "Be not weary in well-doing, for in due season you shall reap if you faint not." In other words, we must become comfortable in the uncomfortable if we are truly to make progress through the wilderness. Listen, I have shared with you thoughts previously related to losing a little bit of weight. And the one thing I know for sure, that diet and exercise are powerful tools. But diet, even more so than exercise, can make a world of difference. The hardest part about diet is that the body's longing and desires for those things that are not the best choices can be overwhelming, to say the least. And there are some researchers who say that a person who commits to a healthy diet and calorie intake for 7 consecutive days has a higher likelihood of enduring and being successful in the weight loss journey. I don't know about you, though. It's often on the first or second day that I feel this overwhelming tug. It's when the rubber really meets the road. If I endure the temptation, I can make it. But if I opt out right now, I fall all the way off. I have to find a way to overcome the discomfort right now in order to get to the true place of comfort later on. It is the same for us in that the wilderness will not always feel good. It will not always be ideal. But if you abort the mission before it's over and stop passionately pursuing God's ways by remembering he placed you there in the first place, you'll never experience all you should. All I'm trying to say to you this morning, if he put you there, he can take you from there. Well, finally, my brothers and my sisters, the final thing we should understand about the wilderness is it results in us experiencing the purifying power of Jesus Christ. See, the text says that even after the enemy is rebuffed twice, he comes back a third time with an offer that he believes Jesus will not be able to refuse. He offers him all that he can see from the top of the temple. Jesus quickly responds, "Away from me, Satan. It is written, worship the Lord your God and serve him only." Jesus has come to the point in the wilderness that he recognizes that in order for him to access all of what the Father has for him, it will require him to cast off all of what seemingly was trying to hold him back. He must purify himself. He must push away the opposing viewpoints. He must place himself firmly opposed to what is not of God. Somebody is here today in the midst of your wilderness situation, and the Lord has brought you here to declare to you that if you're ever going to make it out, you got to cast away the things that might hinder you. You got to do what they say do in Hebrews 12 and 1. It says, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders us and the sin that so easily entangles us. And let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us. We must do as Paul said and count not ourselves to have apprehended, but this one thing we do, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forward to those things which are ahead. We got to press toward the mark of the prize of the high calling in Christ Jesus. Listen, getting out of the wilderness is hard, but it is possible if you remember that its purpose is to force us to look introspectively and identify those things that are not of God that must be left behind right there. As a matter of fact, this morning, I believe the sins have already been left in the wilderness, Brother John, when Jesus served as the propitiation of our sin. There's a text in the Leviticus book where the Lord directs the children of Israel to send an animal into the wilderness. And on that animal, symbolically, are all the sins of the people. It is a symbolic act that is meant to show that the sins of the people had been removed in order for them to meet their full God-given potential in their village. Had the animal not carried the sins of the people, their sins would never have been removed. Jesus being led into the wilderness was one of the first indications of the fact that he was sent to carry the sins of the whole wide world. He was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquity. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and by his stripes, I said by his stripes, I said by his stripes, I said by his stripes, by his stripes, we have been healed. Have you not known? Have you not heard? The Lord God, the maker of the ends of the earth, he fainteth not, and neither is he weary, and none men suddenly fall, but they that wait. I said they that wait. I said they that wait. I said they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall rise up on wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. 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 They shall run. Onward, Christian soldiers, marching as to war, with the cross of Jesus going on before. Christ, the royal master, leads against the foe, forward into battle, see his banner go. Onward, Christian soldiers, marching as to war, with the cross of Jesus going on before. Brothers and sisters, this message is for all of us who at any point in time can be in our wilderness of life. Don't be in a rush to come out, for the Lord is trying to do a new thing. And all he requires is for you to stay committed in the wilderness. Hold the banner high.